You need to listen to women who at least accept the red pill. And even if they have been married or divorced, what are their views on men? Do men actually come around them, congregate around them? You need to listen to single men. Single men tell you what they want. We want women who are more natural than not a lot of makeup, in shape, feminine, beautiful, inspirational, and a cooperative. All this masculine, loud talking attitudes, that's just good for a nice rogering. You can get it, but not long term. Ladies, no man cares about the stuff you bring to the table until he wants to get with you, until he wants to have sex with you. Shout out to Obsidian. Yeah. You may have a heart of gold, but what does that do for my dick? You may not like it. You may think that's crass, but guess what? What you think doesn't matter. Let me say that again. You may not like it. You may not accept it, but what you as a woman think doesn't matter. You only control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. And from the age of 12 to 30, what did you do with your prime years? Really, from 12 to 25. What did you do with your prime years? Was your priority getting the best, highest value man you could get, marrying him, and building with him a lifetime? No, it wasn't. It was all about you, what you wanted, where you wanted to go to school, what you wanted to do, your job, your career, your this, your that, such and so forth. Great. Your life was about you. Great. While other groups of women can still do all that, but learn, from around sophomore year in college, junior year in college, they need to put up all that stuff and start prioritizing a man. Now you're out here in your late 20s, early 30s, single as hell. People can tell you how nice you look. Oh, you fine. You look good. All that does not matter. Look, you're in bed. It's 11 o'clock right now. Next to you is either a dog, a cat, or an empty space. That tells you what? It's not good enough. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational women never lack for positive masculine attention. I didn't say a man. You can always get some dick. But does anybody want the dick that you can get? Let me say that again. You can always get some dick. Does anybody want the dick that you can get? Looking at O'Shea's show earlier today, women talking about, I got men going at me left and right, but who wants those men? See, it's nothing for a woman to get laid. Yeah, I can get any kind of man. Good. Who wants him? The kind of man you damn well want is going to put requirements on you. You might as well do them for yourself. There is no downside to you being feminine, beautiful, inspirational for yourself. Just like there's no downside for being confident, intelligent, assertive for a man. Hold on, dude. Who is this? In the chat room, Philip Lee Kinsey. The men or women that this message rubs on grates on your nerves or is bothering you, it's because the truth of it, you don't like the truth of it. You can see the outcome and the results in your lived life. It doesn't matter if I'm 100% on everything I said. The results of your lived life shows you what it is. You're making the amount of money you're making because that's all you're good. You're making what you're making right now, especially if that's the company you're working at, because that's all you negotiated. That's all you negotiated, and that's all you decided to make. If you didn't negotiate your starting salary, you took what somebody gave you. You didn't decide and say, you know what? I'm worth $120,000, but I'm getting 30. Why would you get 30 if you're worth 120? Well, that's all that's out there. Then go make $120,000 opportunity. But that requires work. That requires effort. Bottom line is men and women have to understand life is about evolution. Life is about growth, constant movement. If you are sitting down after you get off work, if you're just sitting there wanting to be entertained, if you're sitting there waiting for someone to bring it to you, you can't complain about not getting what it is you want out of life. All right, let's see what's going on here. Yes, I'm taking calls. The call line is open.
This is Nicole from Atlanta. How you doing, Kevin?
Hey, Nicole from Atlanta. How are you?
I'm awesome.
What do you got for us?
Well, nothing. I was just listening in. I told you I'd give you a call on the air. You've given some pretty good information to the sisters, so I hope they listening. Hope they soaking up that game.
Right.
Or doing what you're doing.
Well, so on the portion of being good is not good enough for the women. Can you please speak to that? Because I know as a man, a lot of times women may or may not receive me. Maybe they'll receive you. You got the floor.
Well, not being good. It's sort of like accepting mediocrity as the standard. And I think Black people as a whole, and I'm just using that just in general, but I think people in general, society just accepts mediocrity, and we even let that roll over into our relationships. I remember a time where you could fly when people rode the airplane, they dressed up and they looked nice. Now you see flip flops, you see all kinds of crap on airlines, and that just speaks to how our society has become lax, and we don't really care about how we look. We don't care about how we come across. People's perception of us, we really just don't care. And even in the workplace, it's just very, very lax. So that's kind of rolled over into our relationships a little bit. Well, we don't really put much effort into it, and we expect the best from other people. And that's the caveat there, that we give them mediocrity, we give them whatever we feel that day, and we expect the best out of them. In my movement, the Inner movement, I tell women that you cannot be an alpha masculine energy woman and expect a masculine energy man. You'll butt heads because you're just alike. You have to be feminine. That is not negotiable. That is just what it is. Two of the same energies can occupy the same space, not have harmony anyway. But people don't want to change. They are dedicated to their dysfunction. They're dedicated to mediocrity, and this is why most marriages fail. I won't say most. I would say about 50%, 55% holding. Half of marriages fail. The majority of relationships don't even make it to that status because people just don't put in the effort. And I get tired of seeing brothers talking about how fine they want their woman to look, how feminine they want her to be, how submissive they want her to be. And then when I look at them, I'm like, okay, I never see you in some nice slacks. I never see you in a sports coat. I never see you in a suit. I never see you in anything nice that would make a woman just, oh, let me step it up and get this brother. You want a skirt and heels, but I never see you come correct, ever. Like, do you ever come out of your boots? Do you ever, So we, it's nice to have requirements for other people, but it's like I tell the ladies in my movement, when you got to turn over the sheet of paper and you have to talk about what you can offer them. And when we put it in those terms, Would the person you want you? That changes the game. It should.
Okay.
You should be like, oh wait,
So let me
you know
ask.
they want me.
So
Yeah.
let me do this. I'm gonna get on the guys. I'll get to the guys, but I also like the fact in your movement, you put it out there, the reality, but you also leave some hope and some to dos. If women are, for those women who are listening that who are open to getting better, what are some things, give them a couple of three things that they can do or start working on to actually get the better outcome that they want outside of following you. You guys need to follow Nicole's Inner Beauty Movement. You can put the links to your stuff in the chat room, but give them two or three things that they can actually work on, so they can't just sit around and say, "Well, all problem and no solution." Go ahead.
Sure. First, start by identifying what it is you want. A lot of women are just out here freestyling and they don't even know what they want, and yet they have so many requirements for men. Well, you can't attract what you really want uh, if you don't know what it is that you really want. And be honest with yourself. Do you want to be married, or you just want to have a boyfriend? You just want a casual date? What is it that you want? Hone in on that, and then fix your life to attract that type of man. The simple things that I tell women to do is get into your feminine core, because that will solve about 90% of your problems. A lot of American women are so masculine energy, so manly, they don't even realize it, how they come off in their demeanor, their tone, their presentation. And that's not all their fault. It is society. I won't go into that. Feminism, I won't go into that. But three things they can really do like overnight to see immediate changes is: one, get into your feminine core. You can contact me on the Inner Beauty TV and innerbeautymovement.org to learn more about that. That'll solve 90% of your problems as a woman, whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you intend to be married or not. You will attract masculine energy by default, because masculine energy men are attracted to feminine women.